Welcome to our yoga class today in beautiful Nosara, Costa Rica. Today I'm going to start off our class by reading out of 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 3. It says, "His divine power has given us everything we need for a godly life through our knowledge of Him who called us by His own glory and goodness." We have everything we need to live a life after God. It says that He calls us by His own glory and goodness. He calls us and then He equips us. When we are obedient to Jesus and follow after Him, He gives us everything that we need. That also means if I don't have it, then maybe I don't need it. And that's a hard truth because there are several things that I really think that I need. But it says in His Word that He has already given me everything I need to live the life that He has designed for me. I want to always have a heart of gratitude to what God has already done for me and what He's already blessed me with. I want to be obedient to what God has called me to do and not what He's called someone else to do. My life is going to look different from someone else because He has given me a purpose that is different from theirs. And so He's blessed us with different things. So while you're on your mat today, I invite you to just thank God for everything that He's given you and seek after Him and what He's called you to do in your life. He has an amazing purpose for your life, and He has called you, so then He is going to equip you with everything you need. So go ahead and grab your mat and your water, and let's get started. All right, friends, today I have a restorative flow for us, and we're going to take it really slow today and hold our postures for a while, really breathing into each stretch and focusing on our flexibility and just resting in our postures. So let's begin in a child's pose, bringing the knees either together or out wide, letting the chest come down towards the mat or onto the thighs, reaching the fingertips forward. Maybe it feels good to place a blanket on the thighs and rest the chest on the blanket. Whatever feels good here. Close your eyes and let's take some deep breaths in our child's pose, opening up through the lower back and all through the spine. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth, releasing any tightness throughout the body. Inhale and exhale. Great job. One more deep breath, really slowing down as we begin our practice. Inhale through the nose and open mouth, exhale. Bring the palms of the hands together, bending the elbows, coming to prayer hands, still in your child's pose. Just opening up through the shoulders a little bit here. Inhale and exhale. Great job. Release the fingertips back down and walk the fingers over to the right side of the mat, opening up the left side of the body. Inhale, lengthening through this posture, and exhale, using the breath to take this stretch just a little bit deeper. Inhale and exhale. Walk the hands back to the center of the mat and then take the fingertips over to the left side, switching our stretch over to the right side of the body. Close the eyes and breathe, inhaling through the nose And open mouth, exhale. Can you allow the chest to come just a little bit deeper into the mat? Inhale. And exhale. Bring the fingertips back to the center. Slide the fingers forward, lift your hips, and come into a puppy pose. Opening up through the chest and shoulders and lengthening through the spine. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Great job. One more deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly release the hips down, rolling onto the forearms, and find your Sphinx posture. Letting the shoulders come down and away from the ears, opening up all the way through the front body. Close the eyes and inhale and exhale. Great job. One more deep cleansing breath in this posture. Inhale and exhale. Release the left cheek down onto the mat. Keep the arms at cactus arms. And we're going to bend the right knee and pull it up towards the right elbow. Opening up the right hip. Closing the eyes. And we're going to hold this posture for 1 minute. Really thinking about deepening that breath. Take one more deep breath in through the nose in this posture and exhale it out. Place the hands under the shoulders, lift the chest away from the mat just a little bit, and bring that right knee over to the left elbow. And maybe you stay rested here on the forearms or begin to release the forehead down onto the backs of the hands. Closing the eyes here. This posture is a little bit different than pigeon pose because in pigeon posture, our right knee would be next to our right elbow. But in this posture, it's next to our left elbow, focusing on opening up the right glute. So as we're here, close the eyes and we're going to hold and breathe in this posture for 1 minute. Closing the eyes and becoming still here. Great job. Take one more deep breath here in this stretch. Inhaling through the nose and open mouth, exhale. Plant the hands into the mat and start to open up the hips towards the left side, coming up to seated. So the left leg is extended and the right knee is bent. Open up the arms to a T, inhaling through the nose. And exhale, release the right hand down and reach the left fingertips over, opening up through the chest. Inhale, extending here and reaching. And exhale, come back to center. Release the left hand down to the leg and take a side stretch over to the left side. Reaching that right hand up and over, extending through the right side of the body. Inhale, slightly pull that right shoulder back, opening up the chest. And exhale, reach. We're going to hold this posture for 1 minute. So just really focusing on opening up through the hips and through the chest, breathing into this stretch. Take one more deep breath in your side stretch. Great job, and exhale, come back to center. And now we're going to turn the hips towards the back of the mat. Bring that right foot into the left thigh, and now we are in our figure 4 legs. Inhale, reach the fingertips high. And exhale, slowly start to hinge the hips forward, reaching those fingertips as far forward as you can. And then slowly release into your forward fold over the left leg. Letting that chest come down towards the leg. Again, maybe you use a blanket or a bolster on top of that left leg, resting the chest on it for this stretch. Or maybe just reaching the chest towards the leg. Close the eyes. And again, we're going to hold here for 1 minute, really opening up through the back of that left leg. Inhale through the nose. Great job, and exhale. Slowly come back to center, and we're going to use the core to just begin to twist towards the right side. Plant the hands behind you into the mat and come into your tabletop position, putting the right knee under the right hip and the left knee under the left hip. Drawing the belly button in towards the spine, creating a flat back here. And we're just going to begin to warm up the spine with cat-cow. So as you inhale, drop the chest low, lift the tailbone high, coming into your cow pose. And exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest, elongating into your cat pose. Inhale, dropping the chest low, opening up the front side of the body. And exhale, elongating through the spine into your cat pose. Go ahead and take this motion with your own breath at your own pace, slowly moving and breathing from one posture to the other. Inhale and exhale, and when you're ready, we're going to release those hips back onto the heels and come back into our child's pose. Reaching those fingers forward, elongating all the way from the tailbone through the fingertips. Inhale and exhale. Great job. One more deep breath in and exhale. Slowly plant through the hands, roll forward, letting the hips come down onto the mat, and find your Sphinx posture again, resting into the forearms. Inhale, open up the chest, and exhale, release the right cheek down onto the mat. Bend the left knee and draw it up towards the left elbow, keeping our cactus arms here. Close the eyes, and let's take 1 minute to breathe into that left hip. Take one more deep breath here in this posture. Inhaling and exhaling. Plant the hands under the shoulders. Lift the chest away from the mat and take that knee over to the right elbow. Maybe staying on the forearms for this stretch, or maybe resting the chest down and the forehead onto the backs of the hands. Close the eyes and breathe here. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Plant the hands under the shoulders, twist the hips open towards the right side and come to seated. Right leg is extended, left knee is still bent. Inhale the arms out to a T, and exhale, drop the left hand down and reach over with the right fingertips. Extending here, inhale, opening up the chest, and exhale, come back through the center, drop the right fingertips down and reach over with the left hand. Inhale, getting your side stretch, opening up through the chest. Exhale, reach. Holding and breathing here for 1 minute. Inhaling in your side stretch and exhale it out. Slowly come back to center. Turn the hips towards the back of the mat. Right foot is extended and left foot into the thigh, figure 4 legs, squaring off the hips and the shoulders towards the back. Inhale, reach the fingertips high, and exhale, slowly hinge forward, bringing those fingertips as far as you can get them, and then slowly release over that right leg, closing the eyes and finding your comfortable fold here as we hold and breathe into the hamstrings. Inhale in your fold and exhale it out. Slowly come back to center. Use the core muscles to twist over that left shoulder. Plant the hands behind you and make your way into a tabletop position. Maybe taking another moment to move through cat-cow, opening up the chest and lengthening through the spine. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to tuck the toes and slowly begin to lift the hips into a downward facing dog. Slowly starting to straighten the backs of those legs. And then walking out your feet whenever you've made it. Letting the chest come in towards the thighs. Lifting weight out of the wrists and out of the shoulders. Inhale. And exhale, and then finding stillness with the heels, just let them start to reach down towards the mat. Maybe making contact today, or maybe just reaching. Inhale, and exhale. Bring your gaze towards the front of the mat and slowly walk the feet into a forward fold. Bringing the feet in between the hands, letting the head hang heavy down towards the mat. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, half lift, just sliding the hands a little bit up the legs. Exhale, plant the hands down, and we're going to bend the knees and come into a seated posture on our mat. Give those knees a hug, pulling them into the chest. And then slowly begin to lay the back all the way down onto your mat. And when you've made it, lift the soles of the feet all the way towards the sky and find your waterfall posture. The arms are either out, open to a T, or maybe you place one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest. Close the eyes and take a deep breath here. Feeling the rise of the belly, the expansion of the chest with your breath, and open mouth exhale. Coming a little bit deeper into the mat. We're just reversing the blood flow in this posture. Take one more deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Using peace sign fingers, grab onto the big toes, bend the knees, and come into your happy baby posture. Maybe rocking the body from side to side if that feels good, or just staying still in your happy baby. Inhale, breathe into the hips. Exhale, can you pull the knees just a little bit closer towards the mat? One more deep breath in. And exhale, pull the knees into the chest, give them a tight hug. Again, maybe rocking out the back from side to side, massaging out the back. Inhale. And exhale, slowly release the toes all the way down the mat. Let the hands rest beside the body. And find your final resting posture in Shavasana or corpse pose. We're going to release all of the muscles, starting from the forehead to the toes. Unfurrow the eyebrows. Be soft through the temples. And let the eyes sink back and the eyelids softly close on top of them. Unclench the jaw and let the tongue come away from the roof of the mouth. Opening up through the chest, let the shoulders come heavy. Feel the rise and fall of the belly with every inhale and exhale. Let the hips be soft. Unlock the knees and let the toes roll to the outsides of the mat. Maybe the palms are planted down into the mat, or maybe they begin to roll open towards the sky. And as we finish our practice today, I'm going to give us 3 questions to rest our heart on and maybe spend some time in prayer about. What has God already blessed you with? Have you seen His provision in your life? What does the phrase "a godly life" mean to you when it says His divine power has given us everything we need for a godly life? What might God be equipping you with according to the calling He has put on your life? God, I thank you that you are our provider. God, you have given us everything that we need in order to follow you. Lord, I pray that we would not get caught up in the things that we don't have, but we would start to recognize your blessings that you've already given us. You've already equipped us. And Lord, you've called us to a purposeful life. Help us to seek after you and invite you into our day-to-day life, that we would follow the plans you have for us. Help us to not look at what someone else is doing and get caught up in jealousy or envy, but know that you have purposefully designed us for what you've called us to. So we say yes today, Jesus. We thank you for all that you've blessed us with, and we pray all these things in your name. Amen. Thank you guys so much for getting onto your mat with me today and joining me in our yoga practice. And I look forward to seeing you next time.